back and fought the whole way. And, you know, the Central Methodist game is we've got to stay focused for 40 minutes. And that's exactly what they've done the last two nights. In fact, the other night it was more like, 55 minutes, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, what a game it was. And I need to check with him. I looked at the stat sheet, and I saw that Epps and Standard played 50 minutes, but I'm not sure they didn't play the entire thing. I don't think Epps came out of that game at all, but I'll have to check and see if he even came out of that game.
You know, they had a nice write-up about that game in the Kansas City Star yesterday, and they mentioned the fact that the last triple overtime game was when the Vikings beat Mid-America up there 3 years ago. That game went triple overtime, so something about those two teams that they just like to keep playing.
And I don't know about you, but I said I was going to be home by 6:45.
Yeah.
And I didn't leave here till 7:30 and didn't get home till 10 because of the weather.
When I told Candy, I said, hey, call Ken. I bet he's not home yet either. You know.
So thank you, sir.
You know what she said when I said call Ken?
Yeah.
She said, oh, that tells me a lot.
Yeah, that tells me a lot. So anyway, but we survived a great doubleheader, great men's game. I mean, just a fantastic men's game. And then we both had our 40-minute drives turn into about an hour and a half or 2-hour drives on the way home, but we made it. All right, we're going to take a final break. When we come back, we're ready for the second half. The Ravens will come back to take a 4-point lead.
This is the sound of a brand new outdoor grill being hurled off a 20-story building. Now a stylish glass coffee table. An electric guitar. These are the things you could enjoy, all cast into oblivion. Because when you throw away money on wasted electricity, you throw away everything you could have bought with it. Visit EnergySavers.gov and get tips on how to save energy and money. Then do things like switch to Energy Star light bulbs or Energy Star appliances, and you could save hundreds of dollars a year. So this doesn't happen to the recliner you've had your eye on, or this to the treadmill on your wish list. Like your kid's been asking for. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad Council.
Well, we're just a couple of minutes away from the start of the second half, and let's see. Tonight we don't have a championship game to go home and watch. I don't know. Kind of unusual on a Monday night, huh? To play. Now, in years past, we always had a Monday night game. We'd always play Evangel home and home on a Monday night, but that's when there were 11 teams in the league. And this game, I understand, because of the final schedule at Valley, moved to a Monday night. So after tonight, all the teams will have had 7 conference games.
And again, like you said, it's hard to believe, but come Saturday, we will be halfway through the conference race. So, you know, right now, we've talked about here in the early season, now you got to start thinking about what do we have to do to get in the playoffs? How many games are we going to have to win the second half? Do this here and do that there. So, yeah, it really is kind of getting closer to crunch time all the time.
And when we get to the men's game, you'll see that the Vikings only have 1 conference win, but boy, they have really played some people close, including that triple overtime, and then they did knock off CMU. So I'm sure Ryan Moody has told his Benedictine Ravens, you do not look at that 1-5 conference mark one more time. Forget that. These Vikings, especially on the home floor, are going to be a handful.
And, you talk to some of these opposing coaches, they still have great respect for this Viking team. I don't know that anybody takes a team too lightly.
All right, we're going to get you set for the second half. It looks like the same starting lineup for the Ravens, and that would be Justin Payne, Liz Stinson, Aaron Murphy, Kelsey Anselmi, and Katie Barr. How about this, though? Payne averaging 12.6, only 2 points. Stinson only 2 points. And Murphy has not scored, and Anselmi just has 3.
Anselmi hit that 1-3 right near the end of the half. So, yeah, the Vikes have really did a good job on defense, really played well, but they're down 26-22 as we get ready to start the second half.
And Joe Hall has the call of the second half.
Well, the Benedictine Ravens, one of the teams, the conference leaders, trying to stay abreast of Mid-America Nazarene. Mid-America idle tonight, and I believe if Benedictine wins, the two teams would be tied, if I'm correct.
And I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of coaches coaches are watching and listening to this game tonight.
All right, Benedictine ball to start the second half. Anselmi tries to get it down to Murphy. Nice catch by Aaron. Now back to the head of the key. Comes outside to Barr. Now Anselmi will back it out between the circles. Against the man-to-man defense, Raina Smith on Anselmi. Anselmi left-hand dribble around a screen, stops, back outside Murphy, down to 7 on the shot clock. Dribbling with it now is Payne. Pans back to Anselmi, loses her balance, loses the ball at the same time, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. So nice defense by the Vikings here to start the second half.
Great way to start the second half because they'd given up the lead, and you know what, Benedictine would like to go on a little run. The Vikes defense did the job there.
26-22, the Ravens from Atchison, Kansas on top here. The Vikings have led most of this game. We'll see if the Vikes can regain the momentum here in the second half. And now going to call a foul away from the ball. I think that's going to be a shove off on, I believe that's going to be Liz Stinson. I believe said she shoved off. That'll be her first foul. She's the big girl at 6 feet tall.
Oh, they have her with 2 on the board. I only had her with 1.
Yep, I had her with 1. I've only got her with 1. She's a senior. Head of the key now to Morales. Her jump shot from the free throw line a little bit short. Nice hustle by Gabby Lovelace to save the errant shot, but then she flips it out of bounds. Ball back to the Ravens.
And of course, if you've been in the Burns Gymnasium on the far side across from where we broadcast, there's a lot of room between the sideline and the bleachers over there. And she tried to throw that up the sideline, but went too far to the left and out of bounds.
So ball back to the Ravens, still that 4-point lead. Nobody scored here in the second half. Payne gives it outside the bar. Now back to Payne. Long three, got it. So Justice Payne gets her second field goal of the game. This one's a 3. Biggest lead of the game for the Ravens. They lead it by 7.
I think that's probably about a 6 or that may be a 7-point run for them now.
Now head of the key, Lovelace skips it to Morales. Morales holds it high above her head, back to Sammy. Sammy stop and go dribble, back to Raina Smith. Now Sammy gets a return pass. Now backs between the Sammy guarded out there by Payne. Now Sammy around a screen into Morales. Nice give and go. One of the Ravens hits the deck, no call. And they're saying off of Gabby Morales out of bounds. Ball back to Benedictine.
Well, they just let him go. There was some contact. Morales put up the shot. She initiated the contact. No call. And then the ball bounced back to her, but off her shoulder and out of bounds.
29-22. Benedictine leads it here on the road. Vikes trying to get their second conference win. And Selmy down low to a wide open Liz Stinson. Liz came off that back pick and wide open lays it in. It's a 9-point lead.
Now. Need a bucket. I know we're only 2 minutes the second half, but I think these next couple possessions are very crucial.
Could be very big. Lovelace, Gabby, head of the key to Morales. The two Gabbies exchange passes. Now back to Sammy. Sammy on the baseline, bumped by Anselmi, no call, gives it back to Morales. Gabby spins in the lane, too hard off the glass, but offensive rebound by the other Gabby. Yep. And Gabby Lovelace.
Yep.
And they're going to call Gabby Lovelace, I believe, for an offensive foul as she got the rebound, then tried to drive into the basket, shoved off on one of the Ravens, and that'll be Gabby's second foul.
Had she gone straight up, about a 4-foot shot, but she tried to lean into the lane, and that's when she initiated the contact.
31-22, Benedictine, their biggest lead of the game, just underway here in the second half. Now they're going to call, I think, an illegal pick maybe on somebody.
It's on Gabby.
Oh, they're going to call it on, one of the Vikings. I was thinking the way the official came out there, maybe that was going to be an illegal pick, but that's the third foul as Gabby Lovelace picks up 2 fouls in about a 10-second period here. And she'll come in and sit down, and coming back into the game is
Lindsey Jackson came in.
Lindsey Jackson, yep. Now Benedictine, they get the ball in the corner to Murphy. Her jumper out of the corner misses. Lindsey there with a rebound for the Vikings. Gets it ahead to Sammy. Now Raina Smith into the forecourt. Smith picked up there by Barr. Head of the key to Lindsey. Lindsey reverses right wing, sister Sammy. Ebony Brown spins inside the lane. Turns, throws up a jumper. Got it. Nice strong move. Nice spin move that time by Ebony Brown. That's her first bucket. Lead back down to 7.
Big bucket there. That was a good move by Ebony Brown.
Head of the key, Benedictine. Deep right wing. Barr. Barr fakes on Sammy. No go. There's Anselmi with a 3. Hits the deck. Now an offensive rebound for Benedictine. Now a long 3 by Payne misses. And a nice rebound by Gabby Morales as Gabby goes up in the crowd to rip that one away.
They're not shy about taking those long threes,
no,
are
they're not. They're not. They never have been. They always shoot a lot from the outside. Now Sammy, head of the key, Ebony. Ebony gives it outside, Raina Smith. Vikings scored the last bucket. They'll try to trim it to a 5-point game if they can here. Lindsey Jackson back head of the key, Morales. Morales back to Sammy. Sammy left hand dribble in the paint, throws up a runner, missed it. Offensive rebound, Lindsey Jackson up and in. Nice job of crashing the board from the weak side by Lindsey. Give her 4. Benedictine's lead down to 5. Now Ebony Brown gets into the passing lane, tips it away. Sammy Jackson, Vikes on a 4-0 run. Skip pass into Ebony. Missed the shot. Nice pass by Sammy Jackson. But Ebony had her shot roll off the side of the rim. That could have been a big bucket there. There's a long 3. This one misses. That one taken by Barr. And Lindsey Jackson grabs the loose carom for the Vikings.
Ebony on that last shot, had she used the left hand from the left side, she had a better chance to make it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Kind of a bad angle with the right hand. Brown and Aaron Murphy go toe-to-toe down there. And they're going to call it on Murphy. Said Murphy pushed off on Ebony Brown. I believe that'll be her. They're saying it's her 3rd. I had it for her 2nd, but now they got it 2nd.
Okay.
2nd foul on Aaron Murphy.
Well, this team was only 2 out of 14 from beyond the three-point line, 14% in the first half. Benedictine I'm talking about, and they missed the first 3 three-pointers of this half. Hit one, I think.
Yeah. Now Sammy Jackson adjusts the adjusts the ponytail on the back of her hair, so she'll inbounds for the Vikings. Gets it inside to Vasquez, who's checked into the lineup. Julia right-hand dribbled. Gets it down low to Kara Clark, who checks in. Kara up off the glass and in, and there's that little jump hook that Kara's more or less patented here the last few games, and she uses that backboard well, knocks it down. She's got 3. It's a 3-point game.
Kara averages 7 a game. First field goal.
Benedictine, Stinson, bounce pass down in the corner to Reed, who's come in. Now Stinson gups up off the glass and in, so Liz Stinson gets the ball in the low block. Gets her 2nd bucket of the half, or 3rd of the game. It's a 33-28 Benedictine lead. Ebony, head of the key. Skip pass across to Sammy. Sammy's 3 from the left wing. This one too strong. Rebound out of there to Youngstrom. Youngstrom all the way to the glass. And she's fouled, and I think that foul is going to come up on Julia Vasquez as Vasquez bumps Youngstrom on the way to the bucket.
I think everybody out there, myself included, thought she was going to kick that off into the corner to Anselmi, and then she just split the double team and went right to the basket. She'll shoot 2. Jayla Rutledge will come back in for the Ravens. She gave him a big boost in the first half. The first free throw is good, and Kicksmiller coming back in for the Vikings.
Yeah, Taylor Rutledge, 5 points in that first half for Benedictine at the time. That was a time when they really weren't scoring very well. Now Youngstrom hits the first one. She'll have one. Second shot in the air, got them both. So Youngstrom now has 4 points on the game, extends the lead back up to 6. There's that press again in the backcourt. Vikings take the time. Lindsay to Kara Clark. Now they get it in the middle of the floor to Sammy. Nice job breaking it. Sammy throws it away on the other end. Stolen away by Reed. Reed to the right wing, back outside in Selma. She goes in over the top of Kicksmiller. Can't get it to go, and a nice rebound that time by Kara Clark. Good defense by Sam Kicksmiller that time to step into the lane.
Remember, the Vikings had 14 first-half turnovers.
28, the Ravens lead it. Vikes trying to get it back down to a 5-point game. Inside to Kara Clark. Nice pass as Sam Kicksmiller finds Kara cutting down the lane. Kara's got the last 2 buckets for the Vikings. It's a 5-point game.
Kara has that quickness. I think you need to keep looking for her in there.
There's a 3 by Reed. Got it.
They are going to shoot and shoot and shoot those 3.
Jade Reed, that's her first bucket of the game, and she knocks that down. She's a redshirt freshman out of Topeka, Kansas, and she swished that one from about 22 feet, nothing but net.
They were 2 out of 14 from beyond the arc in the first half. They've taken, maybe 5 of them, hit 2 of them here. So percentage coming up a little bit, but they will continue to shoot the 3s, and wow, all of a sudden it's an 8-point lead again with 13:51 to go.
Well, the Vikings take a timeout, so Coach Jolene Christensen obviously saw something on that look she didn't like, but Kara Clark, Vikes doing a good job getting the ball inside. They got it into Kara, and Ebony Brown scored inside the paint, so doing a good job moving into the interior. Just need to keep that good passing and need to keep it tough on defense.
Keep getting that ball into Kara Clark. She she can be an offensive force. Morales, 9 points is the leading scorer. Kara and Lindsey Jackson are next. It's Lindsey Jackson 7.3 and Kara Clark 7.1.
13:51 left. It's an 8-point lead for Benedictine. I think they led by 9 at one time, and the Vikings keep hanging around. Vikings got it back down to 3 a couple minutes ago, but then that big 3 by Jade Reed has extended a 5-point lead back up to 8. So it'll be Vikings ball in the backcourt. There's that press again by Benedictine. That press gave the Vikings quite a bit of trouble in the first half, 14 turnovers. Now Lindsey Jackson to inbound, looking, gets it inside, he gets it into Kara Clark. Vikes take their time, nice bounce pass to Vasquez. Now they get it, Raina Smith finally takes it across the timeline. Good job by the Vikes.
There you go.
Vasquez deep on the left wing, back outside to Raina. We're down to 14 on the shot clock. Raina hands to Lindsey, almost taken away. Down under 10 now, Vikes got to get going on offense. Into Kara. Kara in the paint. There's that hook shot again. This one misses, but a nice rebound that time by Sam Kicksmiller. And I think Rachel Anselmi, or Kelsey Anselmi comes inside of Sam Kicksmiller that time. Nice job on the offensive glass by Kicks that time.
Had a good job by Clark. She had to take the shot, and Kicksmiller was there for the rebound. Vikes will get it back, and that is the third team foul. Both teams now with 3 fouls in the second half.
So Vikes inbound under their own bucket. They get into Raina Smith. Raina goes to the baseline. Nice pass. Kicksmiller up and in. Nice pass that time by Raina Smith. She had a shot, but she saw Sam Kicksmiller had a better one. Sam lays it in. It's a 6-point game.
There you go. Good job. Good work between the
inside, goes up with the left hand and got it. Nice drive that time with the opposite hand. That was Shayla Rutledge. She comes in with the left hand, lays it in, and she's fouled. And so she'll have a chance to go to the line for a 3-point play, and that's going to be the third foul on Raina Smith for the Vikings.
Shayla has 7 points. She averages 8 points now, and she averages 2.4 a game.
And she knocks down the free throw to complete the 3-point play. It's a 9-point Benedictine lead. They match their biggest lead of the game. Now Vikes almost throw it away, but Vasquez gets it across midcourt. Gives it back to Lindsey. Lindsey inside the lane. Jump shot, missed. Rebound out of there to Reed. Benedictine wants to run. Here come the Ravens. Head to Youngstrom up off the glass. This one misses. Battle underneath between Rutledge and Kicksmiller. Now bodies on the floor right in front of the Benedictine bench. And let's see.
I don't want them first down to Rosie Youngstrom. I don't know if she got to the yellow line or not.
They only needed a yard. I think maybe she got the first down. They're saying that, do they call that a tie-up?
I guess a tie possession, so the Vikings will have. We couldn't see it. It was on the far corner. We're stood on, and Coach Folsom was up. A couple of officials were there, and about 4 gals.
Yep.
So, but they called it a tie.
And we can't see things when we see them.
We can't see anyway.
Now pressure again by Benedictine. Vikings take their time. Vasquez in the backcourt. Stop and go dribble. Now loses control of it. Bodies on the floor once again. Another tie-up, and this time it's going to go to the Ravens.
Well, they trap, and what they do is they let you throw it in the corner. Then they're going to trap. Vikings try to get it back to the middle, but they're looking for those traps all the time, and they got Vasquez in the trap, and she lost it. Tie possession goes back to the Ravens.
41-32, Ravens lead it down to 12 minutes, 16 seconds here in the ballgame. Youngstrom, right wing. Inside, they try to get it to Rutledge. Tipped away now. Rutledge back outside to Payne. Payne dribbles inside. Now loses it. Steal by Gabby Morales. So good defense by the Vikings that time. Ahead to Raina Smith. Raina stop and go dribble. Throws up a runner in the lane. Missed the shot but draws the foul. I believe he's going to come up on Katie Barr, as that'll be her second. Nice drive by Raina. Raina kind of floated into the lane, flipped it up, almost got the bucket to go, but as it is, she'll shoot a two-shot foul. First shot misses. Raina will have one more. Again, Raina Smith is a freshman out of St. Louis, the sister of Missouri Valley Assistant Athletic Director Colin Smith.
Vikings just 3 out of 5 from the line. Hey, make it 4 out of 6 if she knocks that one down.
Raina gets 1 out of 2. The Benedictine lead down to 8 with 11:50 left. So Vikes need a stop here on defense. Youngstrom comes across, left-hand dribble, throws up the left-hand shot, got it. basket one. And boy, what a nice job that time by Rosie Youngstrom of using the left hand, went the other way, kissed it off the glass and in, and she'll be on the line. Chance for a three-point play, and that foul comes up on Julia Vasquez. That's her second.
What do they tell you in the time you're playing basketball as a little kid? You stop that dribble first, right? Nobody stopped her. She took it all the way in the lane.
I tell you, Youngstrom, she makes a path to that bucket. She's not going to stop.
Quick.
Shots in the air, got it. So for the second time in about the last 2 minutes, Benedictine completes a conventional three-point play, and they've got an 11-point lead, biggest lead of the game. There's that pressure again in the backcourt. Now Vikes get it to Ebony Brown. Brown right wing to Rayner. Now Rayner walks it across the timeline. So again, a pretty good job against that press by the Vikes. Vikes need some offense here. Down on the block to Morales. She pulls up, baseline jumper, comes up short. The rebound comes out of there to Payne. Long lead pass, Youngstrom off the glass and in, and she's fouled again. And Rosie Youngstrom just taking charge on the way to the basket. And she'll have a chance for her second three-point play in the last minute.
Rosie Jr. out of Fairway, Kansas, and you're right. She just beat everybody down court. That was really a nice long lead pass. Another three-point play. Third foul on Vasquez.
Youngstrom again to the line. She's 3 out of 3 from the stripe. This one in the air, got it. So all of a sudden, what was a 4-point lead at halftime for Benedict lead, as they've outscored the Vikes by 10 here in the second half. Now Morales into the paint. Gabby, nice job. Gabby goes in strong, and she'll draw the two-shot foul. So I tell you, Gabby doesn't quit. She keeps going, in a nice strong move to the bucket that time.
Is this Groundhog Day, or is this the Mid-American Nazarene game? It seems like the exact same game.
I don't know.
Well, let's hope it doesn't turn out the same.
I don't know. Morales' shot's good, so Gabby, that's her third point of the game. First free throw, she'll have one more. Second shot in the air, got a bow, so nice job as Gabby.
Ooh, now Messenario steals the inbounds pass.
Messenario, good hustle by her. Now Regine now throws it. They can throw it right back to Benedictine. Ahead now to Youngstrom. Youngstrom stopped, goes inside and has it knocked away by the Vikings. But once again, Rosie Youngstrom wasn't going to pass. She was going to take the ball right to the hoop.
I think someone may have grabbed her arm. They say they knocked the ball away, but it's still going to be Benedictine ball.
Benedictine inbounds. They lead it by 12. 10:52 left here in regulation. So Vikes once again need a stop on defense. Now they spin inside to Murphy. Murphy back outside. It comes to Payne. Now back to Murphy, the left-hander. Goes in on Ebony Brown. And they're going to say Ebony fouled her, and that'll be the third foul on Ebony Brown as Murphy. Pretty good job of pushing her way inside with that left hand, and she's going to earn 2 free throws.
She's a 5'10 senior and has not scored in this game yet.
Should be at the line for a couple here. First one in the air, got it. So Murphy has one more. Kara Clark into the lineup. Ebony Brown will take a seat. 48-35. Trying to make it a 14-point game, which she does. So it's been all Benedictine here in the second half. Gets it down on the block to Kara Clark. Kara spins between a double team. I'm not sure how she got through there, but she did. Missed the shot, got the rebound, and put it back up and in. So there was that no give up by Kara Clark. She's got
one, took it strong the second time, banked it in. Great job.
How did she get through that double team for that first shot? That's what I can't understand.
She got her own rebound and knocked it back in. Great job.
Now Benedictine the other way. Murphy off the baseline. Her jumper comes up short. And Raina Smith gathers the loose ball for the Vikings. It's a 12-point lead as we enter the, get right near the halfway point of the second half. Smith drives in, now runs over Murphy, but I'm not sure Murphy was set. No. I don't think she was. That's going to be a foul on Erin Murphy as she steps into the path of Raina Smith, and that's a blocking foul.
And Salmi, who sat out quite some time, checks back in. So does Jade Reed. And Murphy leaves, and Youngstrom leaves. Well, good to see Youngstrom sit on the bench if you're a Viking fan. She has been a force in the second half.
Really giving this team a spark. Now Vikes inbound to Smith. Smith deep on the baseline to Lindsey Jackson. Lindsey Gets it into Messionario. Messionario tries to drive, has her shot knocked away, but gets it back. Now tries to get a pass to Morales. Now has it taken away. There's a steal made that time by Jade Reed. Now Messionario gets it back. So both teams kind of going half fast and furious right now.
Turnover, turnover, turnover.
Messionario gives it into Clark. Clark off the glass. Leaves this one a little bit short. Scramble for the loose ball. And a nice job by Lindsey Jackson as Lindsey Jackson dives to the floor, realized she was going to be tied up, and calls a timeout.
Good job by Lindsey. Vikings will try to regroup here, down by 12. Plenty of time, 9:22 left. This Benedictine team averages 70 points a game. They give up only 59. Valley averages 55.5, and they give up 66.7. So long ways to go in this one. Got to keep fighting, Joe. We got to find some offense.
Oh, we do. We just have to keep you know, and you're really in a game like this, you don't come back on the offensive end, you come back on defense.
Right.
You got to get some stops. Just hope you get in the offensive flow, move the ball, take some good shots, and then really play it hard on defense. And that's the way you make.
To get back underway.
Lindsey under her own basket gets it into Messionario. Messionario throws up a runner, and she's fouled. And so a nice job of driving. I don't know if Regine had any chance of hitting that shot, but she did a great job of drawing the two-shot foul.
I'll tell you right now, she had no chance to make that shot. But she flipped it up, hit the side of the backboard, but there was contact. And they're going to call the foul on Justice Payne.
That's her first foul, I believe, or second
give her
foul.
A second foul, I guess.
So that's going to put Messionario on the line. She'll have two shots. Regine, again, is a 5'5" junior out of Delano, California. Shots in the air, got it. So Regine, that's her fourth point of the game. She's 2 out of 2 from the line. She'll have one more. She'll try to make this a 10-point game. The junior bends at the knees. The southpaw cocks her wrist, fires, got them both. Nice job that time. So Messionario brings the Vikings back to within 10. We're under 10 minutes to play here in this one. Head of the key, right wing now to a long shot out of there, head of the key. That shot taken by Payne missed. Now here comes Messionario the other way for the Vikings. Into the forecourt, left-hand dribble, almost double dribble. Now gets it back outside Raina Smith. Smith guarded by Jackie Ziesel. Left wing, Messionario. Messionario goes that left baseline again, throws up a runner. This one comes up a little. Long lead pass down inside, shot put up and in. And that was that Anselmi?
Anselmi,
I think that's Anselmi who got the layup there. That's her 5th point of the game, only her 2nd bucket. But the lead back up to 12 for Benedictine. Beat the double team. Good job. Ahead to Lindsey. Raina Smith, her 3 in the air. Got it. So the left-hander knocks down a 3 off the right wing. She's in double figures now with 11 points. It's lead down to 9. And now a good job of running the floor by Benedictine. They get the ball into the big girl, Liz Stinson, and she's fouled on the drive. So she's going to be at the line for 2 shots.
And let's see, who'd they call that on? Lindsey?
Lindsey Jackson gets her, that's her 2nd foul.
You know, I know she's only a freshman, but I'd say right now the Vikings need to look for Raina Smith because she is really playing with a lot of confidence offensively.
Raina really has turned into a pretty consistent offensive player this last week. This is the third good game she's had. Stinson misses the first free throw. She'll have one more. So 8:12 left. Vikes have made it a single-digit game. Now Stinson hits the second, so the lead back to 10 as Gabby Lovelace gets set to check in for the Vikings. There's that pressure. They clear it out for Raina. Raina drives inside. Now gets it into Kara Clark. Now they say Kara dribbled it on the out-of-bounds line. There again, Ken, I think Raina was so far into the lane, probably should have gone ahead and shot the ball.
Yeah, when she was so close to Kara Clark, she was probably about 2 feet from her, if that, when she tried to dump it off to her. And Kara was looking for the rebound more than she was looking for the pass.
It was only about 2 feet away from the basket.
Yeah, should have taken a shot.
All right, ball back to the Ravens. It's a 10-point game. Outside Ziesel. Head of the key now Stinson. Now right wing Anselmi. Anselmi gives it back to Payne. Payne's 3 in the air. This one off the back iron, no good. Offensive rebound by Ziesel, knocked out of bounds by Messionario. So Benedictine will retain.
A lot of threes they've shot going into this game, 364 threes.
Wow.
And Payne coming in 33%, so they're going to crank it up.
You think Chad Folsom, when he recruits players, says, we'll let you shoot as many threes as you want to. off in a bad pick. I think that's Anselmi. They're going to call her for an illegal pick, and that'll be her third foul, I believe. So Vikes get it back, down by 10 with 7.5 minutes left to play. Now Messenario has it taken away by Stinson. Now they get it ahead to Ziesel. Ziesel up off the glass and in. So a nice defensive play that time by Liz Stinson. She got the steal, got the pass ahead to Ziesel, and it's a 12-point lead. Here comes Smith. Raina to the right, up and in. And boy, Raina just hung in the air forever that time, and she's got 13 points. Now long three. This one off the back of the rim. Boy, Payne, that was an NBA three that time. Raina Smith again into the paint. Got it! Oh, what a flip shot that time. A left-handed flip shot by Raina Smith. And Ken, she's putting on a clinic on how to drive into the paint right now.
Better find her. She's red hot.
Now the lead down to 8. Vikings within 8, close as they've been for a little while. And Selmy goes baseline. Now taken away by Gabby Lovelace. Here comes Gabby the other way. Drives around Payne. Left-hand shot. She's fouled. So a nice job. And did you notice the way Gabby switched the ball to the left hand and draws the two-shot foul?
And gathered herself, took her time to get in there. Boy, Raina Smith is on fire right now.
She's laughing, talking to assistant coach Tom Hibb. Tom says, keep shooting.
Oh, yeah, keep shooting.
No, Gabby Lovelace on the line. She's going to have 2 shots. First one's good. So Vikings making a pretty good run. They were down. Were they down by 13?
Yeah.
13 or 14 here not minutes ago, and now the lead down to 7. And Gabby Lovelace can make it a 6-point game if she can knock down this second free throw right here.
Murphy back in. Katie Barr's back into the game. Rutledge comes back in.
Gabby with 5 points in the game. Arches it. This one's short. And Aaron Murphy grabs the rebound. So it's a 7-point lead for Benedictine. 6.5 minutes to go.
Got to play some defense here.
And Selmy to Murphy. Murphy skips it head of the key to Rutledge, who's back in. Now Barr. Hands outside to Youngstrom. Youngstrom wraparound pass. They're going to call Gabby Morales, I believe, for a reach. As she reaches around Benedictine players, and that'll be the third foul on Gabby as Ebony Brown gets set to check back in.
I mentioned the three-point shots. They had 364 coming in. I know they've taken about 20 here, so about 384.
Haven't
4 3-point shots.
Okay, Aaron Murphy to the line. This is her second trip. She knocked down a couple. That's all she has tonight. 2 free throws. First one in the air, got it. So she's a perfect 3 for 3 for the line. She'll have 1 more.
And they're shooting into the open end of the gym in the second half. So, but that hasn't seemed to affect them much.
Murphy again, a senior out of Olathe, Kansas, stands 5'10". Second shot, pinballs out, no good. Rebound, Ebony Brown for the Vikings. So it's an 8-point game with 6:10 left.
Find Raina Smith.
Messenario, head of the key to Raina. There's Raina, out a little bit too far right now. Puts it on the deck with the right hand, gives it over to Gabby. Gabby Lovelace, head of the key, Kara Clark. Now back to Raina, her 3 in the air. This one off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound out of there to Youngstrom. Youngstrom ahead to Anselmi. Anselmi deep on the right wing to Barr. Barr brings it out to Youngstrom again. Youngstrom guarded by Messenario. Now they get it inside to Rutledge. She spins on Kara Clark. Kara blocks it. Nice block that time by Kara. And they say Rutledge, who got her shot back, stepped on the out-of-bounds line.
Job.
So that was clean. Nice defensive play that time by Kara. And again, Kara Clark is she's a senior out of Omaha. Now pressure again by Benedictine. I think they're going to say
Raina stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, Raina Smith stepped on the out-of-bounds line against that pressure defense. And now Coach Jolene Christensen wants a timeout. So down to 5 minutes. Yeah, 5:31 to go. It's an 8-point lead for the Benedictine Ravens, trying to keep a share of first place on the road. Vikings trying to get their second conference win.
Pretty good. You can't let these possessions get away from you now against a very good ball club.
And Vikes have made a pretty good run. Like we said, they were down by 13, 14 points not all that long ago, and they've got it down to an 8-point game. So make another 4 or 5-point run, and it's
with 15 points now, or maybe more than that. 15 points for Raina Smith in this ball game to lead all scorers. So That last three just a little long. With 55-47, 5:31 to go, plenty of time, but the Vikings need some defensive stuff.
15 points. She's knocked down 2 threes and probably about 4 shots. Were just runners into the lane where she really controlled the ball well, flipped the ball up and in. So, you know, you get on her tight outside, she'll drive you. You back off, she'll knock down that 3.
55-47, Mr. All. Let's get us a comeback win tonight.
Well, Vikes need to stop right now. It's Kara Clark, Raina Smith, Ebony Brown, Regine Messinario, and Gabby Lovelace on the floor for Missouri Valley as Benedictine gets set to inbound on the far side of the court on their own end of the court. And Selmy brings it out ahead of the key. Get it on the right wing to Barr. Barr guarded out there by Lovelace. Now Selmy brings it the other way. Back to Rutledge. Now Barr being hounded out there by Gabby Lovelace. Rutledge pushes her in, almost throws it out of bounds. Now does throw it out of bounds. As they said, Rosie Youngstrom stepped on the out-of-bounds line on the far side, so ball back to the Vikings.
Good defensive possession. Now let's make it work on the offensive end.
Take your time against the press. Take your time. Raina Smith now cross court. Ebony Brown, plenty of time to get the ball across midcourt. Now Raina brings it into the forecourt to Messinario. Take your time. Skip pass out ahead of the key, Ebony Brown. Ebony pulls up just outside the free throw line now. Hands back outside to Raina Smith as we're down to 7 on the shot clock. Vikes need to get something going here. Raina spins inside, throws up a runner and got it. She looked like a true point guard that time.
Yep.
Clear it out, let me go one-on-one, and she knocks down the bucket. 17 points.
Keep feeding her.
Yep.
She's hot.
She's feeling it right now, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
Now Rutledge baseline jumper, good. And I tell you, this girl, Shayla Rutledge, is really giving this Benedictine team a lift. I've got her with 10 points.
Yep.
Now Vikes ahead. Ebony Brown up. Ebony misses the shot. Now goes over the back of Rutledge as Rutledge does a pretty good job of screening out. And that's 10 fouls on the Vikings. And so that'll be Ebony's 4th foul, and that's going to put Kayla Rutledge on the line for 2 shots.
And again, the statistics done a job off the bench. So has Rosie Youngstrom. Those 2 young ladies have really helped out Coach Folsom's club tonight.
You know, and Shayla Rutledge hit some shots back when this team could not score, when they were really struggling in the first half. She knocked down a couple of big buckets, and she 4 for 4 for the night. Give her 11 points in the game. She'll have 1 more. 57-49. It's an 8-point lead right now for the Benedictine Ravens. Second shot by Rutledge. This one misses. As Kara Clark. Vikings getting down to crunch time. 4:10 left in the game. Down by 9. Or down by 8, excuse me. Vikes need a bucket here. Smith, who's kept them in the game offensively, gets it outside to Morales. Now they skip it over to Regine Messinario. Regine. Right wing, gets it into Clark. Kara goes inside for that patented jump hook. This one a little bit too strong. Tried to get it off the glass, didn't quite get it up high enough. Now Youngstrom drives to the glass and she's fouled.
Boy, she's quick.
Yep. As Rosie Youngstrom takes the ball right to the rack, as she's done so well this entire second half. And that foul is going to come up. That's going to be, I believe, on Raina Smith, and that'll be Raina's 4th foul. Vike can ill afford to lose her. She's had the hot hand offensively with 17 points. Youngstrom misses the first one, so Benedictine trying to do all they can to keep the Vikes in the game from the free throw line with 3:44 left to play, 58-49. Second shot, missed them both. Battle for the loose ball, and Gabby Morales comes out of there with a rebound, so it stays a 9-point game. Lovelace drives inside, she's fouled. So Vikes will be back at home on Thursday night. Remember, that's alumni night, and all you MVC alumni, MVC supporters, come on out. There'll be food and drink and a good time for all. As Lovelace knocks down the first free throw, and Gabby 2 out of 3 from the night. That gives her 6 points on the game. She'll try to make it a 7-point game with this second charity toss. Bends at the knees, shot in the air, got them both.
Good job.
It's a nice job by the Pleasant Hill youngster. 3:33 left to play, 58-51 Benedictine. Ahead now to Youngström. They do a good job on the press. And I'll tell you, Rosie Youngström drives again, misses. Offensive rebound, though. Big offensive rebound that time by Ziesel for Benedictine. And Rosie Youngström just lowers that head and goes to the bucket, doesn't she?
Yes, she does. And now they get it inside to Murphy. Strong move. It looks like a foul going to be called on Clark. 3:15 to go, 58-51.
So Aaron Murphy, who's knocked down 3 out of 4, has 3 points in the game. Will go back to the charity stripe for 2-shot foul. More.
Murphy yet to have a field goal tonight, though.
And she averages, what, double figures?
Yep, 10.1, I believe.
Murphy bends at the knees. Second shot in the air. Got them both. So Murphy extends left. Pressure now once again. Benedictine's kept that press up pretty well the entire game. Now Raina Smith bumped by Murphy. And both teams in the double bonus right now. So Raina will go back to the line. She's got 17, a chance to get 2 more as that foul comes up on Murphy, and that's her 4th.
I don't know if something wrong with Sammy or whatever. Her knees have been bothering her because she hasn't played for quite some time here. The lineup that's in there right now has been in for a long time. Morales and Clark. Here's Raina's first free throw, no good.
First shot misses.
Gabby Lovelace is out there in Messenario as well.
So Raina will have 1 more, and she'll try to make it an 8-point game. She's 1 out of 3 from the stripe, as we said, 17 points in the game, and misses them both. So the Vikes a chance to get a little bit closer. Goes awry right there with just over 3 minutes left in the game. It's a 9-point game. Now pressure by Messenario as she hounds Youngström, but Benedictine gets it across. There's a handle. Back outside, Ziesel walked, got away with it, no call. Back outside now to Payne. Payne bounce pass in the paint to Murphy. The left-hander spins inside. This one lips off the backside. A nice rebound. Head to Messenario. It's a 3-possession game. Regine drives inside. This one comes up short. Messenario tried to go in and draw the foul again, and that time a big hand got up and altered the shot. Once again, another bullet. We're down to 2:21 in the game.
Now they'll start running some clock with this 9-point lead.
Head of the key now to Payne. Payne around a screen with a left-hand dribble. Just flips it up in the air. And what presence that time by Payne. That's he's going to get fouled. Just flip that ball up in the air. She knew she had no chance of hitting the shot, but also knew she had a very good chance of drawing the 2-shot foul. And now Jolene Christensen wants a timeout. So we're down to 2:12 left in the game. Benedictine on top by 9. They've led the entire second half.
60-51. You're right, a 3-possession game, and they could make it a 4-possession here and be tough for Valley. Avila, the next opponent, that'll be on Thursday night, and then we'll be right back. We'll be on the road Saturday as we head to Lamoni Graceland. Men's game coming up about 20 minutes after this one. Benedictine and the Vikings. You know, that has been another series that we've seemed to have as much success on the road at Benedictine as about anywhere.
Well, if you remember last year,
here.
Yeah, last year we played the last regular season game of the year out there, and boy, the Vikings really struggling and went out there and I think won by about 15. Really played a whale of a game, and so, yeah, just have to see what. Men, I think they're one of those teams that's fighting for a top 4 spot in that conference. I think they're maybe 4th now, 3rd or 4th.
Right in there, yeah.
Yep. Got a nice win. Got a nice 1-point win over Central Methodist on Saturday.
Last second shot, they had a shot that was missed and then put back in at the buzzer for a 1-point win over CMU.
Okay, well, 2:12 left here in this one. It's an 11-point or a 9-point lead for Benedictine, and right now she'll be there for 2 shots. First shot in the air, got it. Justice Payne is a junior out of Stillwater, Oklahoma, down in Oklahoma State, Cowboy country, and she gets the first one. Rebound, Gabby Lovelace for the Vikings. So Vikes stay alive. They're down by 10. So got to make a move here pretty quickly. Messinario, head of the key to Lovelace, has to go off her hands. Now Gabby gets it back, gives it over right now.
Gotta hurry.
Messinario, pump fake, into the lane, throws up a runner. This one too strong, battle underneath. Lovelace gets the rebound, up and in. So nice job by Gabby Lovelace on the offensive glass. And to give her 9 points in the game, cuts the lead to 8. Now pressure by the Vikings. And just in time, I mean, just in the nick of time, Benedictine gets a timeout. Boy, the Vikes had a triple team on there in the backcourt, and it almost paid big dividends.
Yeah, and Chad Folsom saw that, so he quickly took that. So he quickly took a timeout there. Minute 39 to go. It's still a 61-53 game, 3-possession game. Too much time off the clock.
No,
here.
got to put the press on. They'll have to inbound the ball in the backcourt. Need to put the press on, try to get a steal if we possibly can, and then they're going to need to think about fouling here pretty quick.
Yeah, Sammy's knee must be bothering.
Yeah, neither one have played all that much here in the last in this half, really.
And I think we have some effects of the flu too, probably tonight. So
now
I think
Murphy at inbound gets it into a Youngstrom. Pressure by the Vikes in the backcourt. Raina Smith, she's got 4 fouls. She's got to be careful. She's hounding Rosie Youngstrom. Now nice behind the back dribble by Youngstrom. Now, almost threw it. In fact, that ball was going out of bounds, but Regine Messinario going for the steal. Just got a fingertip on it. Boy, that was almost a turnover back to the Vikings.
18 on the shot clock, 1:26 on the game clock.
Now they get it into the big girl Stinson. Stinson hands it to Anselmi. Anselmi backs it out, guarded by Messinario. Now spins, comes around. Now he hands it back outside to Youngstrom. She flips one up inside. She's fouled.
She has really been something in this ball game.
And I think that's going to be on Raina Smith. If that is, she just fouled out of the game. Raina Smith, she fouls out with 17 points, and she had 10 of those in the second half. So the freshman out of St. Louis, a 12-point game last Thursday, another double-figure game with 17 years. So really starting to assert herself on the offensive end.
And Jolene Christensen goes to her bench. I think we have, I think Sammy's going to come back in, but I'm pretty sure Sammy's feeling the effects of the flu. I know some of that's going around everywhere, and I think Sammy had a little bout of that as well. But she's going to come back in for the last 1:14.
61-53, Benedictine leads it. Rosie Youngstrom on the line for 2 right here. Can put a big dent in this one if she can knock these 2 down. Got the first one.
Her or Rutledge for a Benedictine.
Well, she shot 7 free throws tonight, and she's 5 out of 7. Make it 6 out of 8 as she knocks up by 10.
Yeah, looks like the Vikes are going to drop their 9th in a row unless something really happens in a hurry.
Get it into Morales. Now back to Messinario. Messinario's jumper off the underneath. Kara Clark, her follow shot won't go. Messinario gets another rebound. Her shot misses. Rebound Morales up and in. And boy, what a great job pounding the offensive boards by the Vikes. Scenario and then Gabby Morales all get offensive rebounds. Morales finally sticks it back in with 49 seconds to go. Now they're going to put 52 seconds back up on the clock. So it'll be Benedictine ball in the backcourt, leading by 8. So Vikes need the press here. Murphy gets it into Stinson. Might be a good girl to foul. Yep. Now, and that's what Kara Clark does. Liz Stinson. Liz is a big girl. She's been on the line tonight. Reaches around in the backcourt and picks up the foul. So
yeah, you don't have a choice right now.
No,
You've got to foul because only 47.8 seconds to go. Now Lindsey Jackson will come back.
And that's the 4th foul on Kara. For the year, but she'll have a couple right here. First shot in the air, got the roll. That one bounced around, then dropped in. Lead back up to 9. 47.8 seconds left to
76% free throw shooter.
Pretty good shooter. Maybe not the girl to foul. Second shot, got them both, and neither one of those were very pretty. That one danced around in the back iron and dropped in. So lead back up to 10 for the Ravens. Sammy dribbles through the double team. Nice job by Sammy that time. Now Messinario out of the corner, misses everything. Rebound comes out of there to Ziesel. Now Ziesel fouled in the backcourt by Jackson, which she had to do. Wasn't any choice there, and that'd be Lindsay's third, I believe.
Well, Joe, we have Avila coming in, and let's see, Avila on the year, they are 3-59 for that final playoff spot.
So Jackie Ziesel will go to the line. She's 2 out of 2 thus far, both of those in the first half, and she knocks down the first one. So Benedictine, after trailing by double digits for a good part of the first half, they're going to come back and get another conference win as Ziesel misses the second free throw. Rebound out of there by Lindsey Jackson for the Vikings. Now gives it to sister. Good pass by Sammy Jackson. Nice finish by Kara Clark. Give her 9. It's a 9-point game, but we're down to 19 seconds.
And foul is going to be called on Messenario.
But on the stripe, Kelsey Anselmi, who really a 10-point average. She's been held to 5 points in the game here tonight. First shot, good. More as it's back up to a double-digit lead for Benedictine with only 18 seconds left.
And they will improve to 6-1 and be tied with Mid-America Nazarene.
Second shot, perfect. So Anselmi knocks them both. They've hit some big free throws here down the stretch. Now Sammy into the corner. Messenario gets it into Clark. Carey into the lane, throws it up. Missed this one. Nice offensive rebound. Morales. Gabby back up, and down under 10 seconds. 6.6 seconds left to play. Now Vikes will just probably let Benedictine run it out. No, now they say. So Morales did it about 8 seconds ago, and now Youngstrom does it. 1.8 seconds left. Vikes, maybe one more shot. Morales back to Sammy. As the Benedictine Ravens come in, get a big second half, turn a 4-point game into an 11-point, 68-57 win to move to 6-1 in conference play. Vikes next action Thursday night at home against.
Look at a couple of the numbers before we get you ready for the men's game. It's all coming up in just a moment.
Chris, can you put the video game controller down for a second?
I can talk and play. Oh, I'm totally annihilating this punk kid in Nebraska. M2.
Well, you still ride your skateboard to work. There's the comic book collection, the race car bed.
Look, I'm young at heart, but I put money into my 401k every paycheck. I picked up a few for life now, and that feels pretty grown up.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million bucks. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. For free ideas and feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
So, I bet I look like a grown-up to you now.
Well, except for the footy pajamas, I'd have to agree.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, the Missouri Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
We are back to the Burns Center for just a moment with Jolene Christensen, and it's the final score, and almost like the game with Mid-America Nazarene. You've really played well in the first half, but the last couple of minutes of the first half again today, they took the.
Yeah, it did. We were doing fine, and then we did struggle against their pressure and had some silly turnovers right there going into half. We had almost built up a 10-point lead, and we let them right back in it, and they passed us up by half. We're going to be our ugly moments, but we still had a few in the second half.
Yeah, we had 23 turnovers, 14 in the first half. And I know what you want to do against that press. Take your time, get it to the middle of the floor, but I know you were concerned just way too many turnovers.
We had it passed, and then we turned it over after we'd already gone through the pressure. So, it's something we definitely have to go back to the drawing board and make sure that everybody knows we're on the same game plan on how to break it.
Raina Smith is just playing better and better, isn't she?
She is. Lots of playing time. We did have that injury, which took out our 2 guard, and so she's been able to step it up in her absence and has been playing pretty well for us.
Yeah, she had 17 points tonight. I thought, again, inside, Kara gave you a couple of, Kara had 9 points and 10 rebounds. You out-rebounded them 52-36, so there's. All right, Coach, a short week, 2 days of practice, and here you go again, Avila coming in.
Yeah, this is one of those weeks that it's definitely a long stretch for us, so got to get prepared for the next game in front of us.
Coach, hang in there. We'll see you Thursday. As the Vikings lose this one tonight, final score 68-57. It gets tough, there's no doubt about it, as the Vikings now have dropped their 9th